Let's get ready to rumble. Hey y'all, it's Kocktailz Konvo. I'm your girl comedian Stiletto. We got some great topics tonight. If you're not sipping, make sure you go grab your cocktail so we can have this convo. Let's chat and sip. That's what we're gonna do. Make sure, listen. My co-pilots are warmed up, okay? We have pre-showed, pre-gamed, and it should be interesting. Needless to say, make sure that you share this broadcast, watch, comment, everything. This is a very interactive podcast. Without further ado, you already know how we do. We're going to be on here on Facebook. And then we're going to transition over to IG at Stiletto Funny. So make sure that if you're enjoying the conversation, if you love to hate us, whatever that looks like, hop on over there as well. So listen, Linda, listen. This young lady needs no introduction, but I will give her one, okay? She is here every single Tuesday, and she has got something to say tonight. Y'all just don't know. I know she's got that innocent face, but there's a tiger underneath. Sagittarius need no introduction because they make one, but I'll give it to her. Like I said, give it up for Queen Ray 22. Yay! She's on the screen.
Hi y'all. Hey y'all. How y'all doing? Are we supposed to be on Facebook? Because I'm not finding us.
Yeah, we should be on Facebook.
I
haven't made it live yet. I'm so sorry. I was
I was like, I can't share it.
We are live, but I haven't made the broadcast
live on Facebook. Oh, okay. But anyhow,
but we are now.
How you doing out there in Kocktailz Konvo land? I'm excited to talk about some stuff today. Let's get it.
What you sipping on? Just water?
Right now, water. So then I'm gonna have my simply spiked lemonade. It's good.
Ooh, okay. We got the simply spiked lemonade. And since us ladies, we actually, listen, we have a gent. We always ask the guests come on, talk to us. You want to be a part of the show, make sure that you hit somebody up and say, hey, I want to be a part of this wonderful broadcast on this wonderful Tuesday. It's like next Tuesday, we're going to be talking about 420 because 420 is right around the corner. It's the Tuesday before 420, and we have a special guest that's going to talk about cannabis and all of the great attributes that it brings to our lives. All right, so listen, the do's and the don'ts, definitely. But right now we have a gentleman that is waiting backstage, sipping on something light and something right. So without further ado, he does the introduction. I'm sure that he'll have a lot to say because he always does, and he's going to tell all that this is all from New York. Okay, so live from Tuesday nights, it's Damon MF Laughs is what I'm saying. Hey. Oh, Tim, how we need the Berber Derps.
No, we don't.
Hilarious.
What's going on, Damon?
Our Berber Derps are just fine.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen?
Okay, what's going on?
He's starting out serious, but he's about to get reckless.
Oh no, I'm on one tonight, and we got some good topics for y'all. So tune in. We got this.
It's about to go.
Just down. Disclaimer. I had a very stressful 2 weeks.
Okay.
And I will be releasing all stress on this podcast.
Oh my!
Wow. Like all?
Yeah. I'm scared.
That's why I put Damon motherfucking Laughs. Now take this shit back off me and both of y'all.
You are not the runner of the show, Damon.
I am the runner of the show. Don't give these hoes too much.
Show your
there you go. You gotta smooth it out. You can't give them too much.
Hilarious.
What's hilarious? Don't make me say what I said before.
This is Tuesday.
Damon, I'm not scared of you.
It's Tuesday, and as you can see, it's already beginning to go
Yo, let's go.
down.
I don't
Okay,
even
Shenanigans.
12 o'clock. We're gonna be on this 12 o'clock.
it's
Bad.
April. It's April. Can you believe how fast the freaking year is going? April, really?
We're in the second quarter, baby. Brr, 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 brr.
And the weather
Second
outside,
quarter, and half of you niggas didn't hit your first quarter goals, me included. What the fuck we doing? The years is going too fast.
they are. Like the years are flying, flying, flying by. I'm not ready. I
No,
am.
I really didn't hit my first quarter goal. I really didn't.
What was your first quarter goal?
Chill out. You ain't gotta know all that.
Well, I mean, shit. That's the next
You said
logical
it.
question to ask somebody.
I wanted to make 75,000 in the first quarter.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
that ain't bad.
I mean, that's a good goal to have.
I mean, close, but no, I didn't hit it.
Oh, okay. Well,
All
much
right.
success in the second quarter to you.
Why you talk like that?
I don't know.
Are you making fun of Spanish people?
No, because it's not even Spanish.
That's Spanish. Like we.
Right.
What was it?
I don't know, but it
It,
wasn't
it
Spanish.
sounded like New York Spanish.
It was a collabo.
Because New York Spanish is different than regular Spanish. But go ahead. New York, everything is
Okay.
different than.
Well, since we are talking, I don't even know if I want to talk. I'm not even going to start that heavy. First of all, let's start off with: are you a good listener? Like, really, when you think about it, are you not just like, maybe with your friends or with your family, but like with your partner, with your children? Like, overall, do you feel as though you're a good listener? And what makes somebody a good listener? When you shook your head immediately and was like, yes, I'm a good
Yes,
listener.
I got people that actually contact me. Shoot, my daughter will call me just to like listen to whatever she got going on. So I people contact me to like listen to this shit because a lot of people sometimes for real, I don't even got an answer for you, but I'll let you speak your piece.
Mm. So is that one of the things that you
So
think makes a person a good listener? Like, yo, sometimes you don't
yeah,
even
because
get
you actually listening. Now, if
to.
they want feedback, I can give them that because I was listening to what they said. But some people don't want feedback. Some people just want to talk.
Facts. I'm one of those people. I just be wanting to run my mouth. I will call and just be like, and you know what else? And you know what else? Sometimes Queen falls asleep.
Yeah,
And
because you get irritated when someone respond. I be like, Delano, you asked me.
I was like,
Well,
I
it
didn't
was
really ask.
rhetorical.
I didn't really ask. I asked, but I didn't ask. Like,
Right?
I'm
I'm like, what you asking?
totally
Well, that wasn't a real
confused.
ask. I knew
Right.
the
I'm a
answer already.
confusing
Lord
person.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'm a confusing person. As you can see, I'm not sure how this question is going to be answered in regards to Damon Laugh because I don't even think he's listening to us right now. Damon,
He looked like he was asleep.
I
But
was,
you know,
I was
your
sharing,
papa talking about I was resting my
I was
eyes.
sharing the live, making sure we have an adequate amount of viewers.
I shared it too. Don't do that.
I share it every Tuesday.
I put it
But
in
thank
groups
you.
and directed to people.
But I think when it
Ray,
comes,
ain't nobody responding to your share. But go ahead, Stiletto. What you said?
I don't even think I don't think that me personally, I'm going to make it real sexist right now. I don't think that men are great listeners.
What?
I don't. I think you hear, but you don't necessarily listen. A lot of the times you hear, and then just like Queen said, a lot of the times, a lot of the females that I've talked to or interact with, they want you to hear them or like to listen to what they have to say without offering solution. And a lot of the times, men are very solution based, so they hear you complaining about something and it automatically like kicks in to say, you know what? Let me help. Let me figure out a way to fix the problem. And sometimes it's not about fixing, it's just listening.
Okay.
He was listening.
Practicing. Good job.
So when my female, especially, that's the thing about black men. Black men don't talk enough. They don't vent to their boys. They're prideful and there's an ego. So black men don't do it enough. But when it comes to my female friends, I listen. I might
Mhm.
put the phone down and go on to something else, but I'm listening to what you're saying, and then I give you the proper advice. I don't know why you put this thing on me.
Cause you was talking.
I'm
Right.
done
You
talking.
Hilarious.
right. Are you shy? Are you being shy right now? This is
I'm never
not
shy. You know
Aw.
that.
you
I'm
ain't
never shy.
so.
Oh, you're shy.
Okay, so if you guys are
Don't
just
do that,
joining
Ray.
Cocktail and Convo, it is Tuesday. Get your cocktail. Listen, pull pull up. Okay.
I pull
Later on
up.
IG, we will be inviting guests on. So make sure, hey, you want to chop on something we say here, something we say later. Make sure you hit us up. So, Damon, you think you're a good listener, though? I
I'm
mean,
a
just
I'm a
all.
great I'm a great listener. According to my female friends, I'm a great listener.
What about like previous partners? Do people say that that's one of like one of the
Oh,
traits
if you listen,
great?
if you giving me ass, I'm definitely listening like on a consistent basis and I like it. I'm definitely listening to your problem.
Are you hearing it or are you just listening?
No, I'm listening and I'm giving you advice. So, that's a fact.
See, what if you don't
You
want
know
advice?
what? You know when I stop listening? I stop
Yeah.
listening when you present me with a problem. I give you advice. You don't take the advice, and you continue doing what you were doing before. That's when I stop listening. Does that make sense? Have
Yeah,
you?
that's basically like what we said
Matter of
to
fact,
the people that were just
hold on, Ray.
talking.
Stiletto, have you experienced this with me before?
I don't even care if you listen. Like I don't. Like I don't know if you've ever talked to me in like a personal conversation type situation. I talk to myself. Like yo, I don't care whether you listen or you respond back or not. I'm gonna keep going till the phone hangs up, till it dies, till you fall. I hear you snoring, whatever that looks like. I'm gonna keep going. So Damon, I don't know if I ever do you really I don't know if you listen. I don't know. You're all right. Yeah, about seven out of 20.
Yeah.
Now you can't. I don't know if somebody is talking about something that they've been talking about before. I get it because I'm like, yeah, okay. Now I'm not listening. I'm just hearing you. So I guess I suppose, but with
Somebody
people,
just inboxed me that I think I know everything, so I'm not a good listener. But this same person be
Yeah.
fucking no. This let's keep it all the way 100. This same person, like they'll tell you their problems, and you'll be like, "Yo, why are you doing that? Do this," and they continue doing what they're doing. So,
Right.
are you? The question is, are you a good listener to that person? Because you don't listen. You keep doing what you're doing, and that's why you keep being in the situations you
okay,
keep
so
being
you're
in.
saying that the person is asking you to listen
My
is
shit's
not
going off
listening
crazy, right?
is not listening to you tell them what they should do
Correct. Correct.
because you're a know-it-all or you think you know it all and you have to say something.
It's not that I think that I know it all. It's just that, the situation is simple. If you correct this, then this will happen. But you won't correct this. So, hard choices. People don't like to make hard choices.
And I mean, what about when it comes to your kids? Because when we talk about like people and their children, especially as like we said, time is flying. I don't know about you guys. I'm getting older. My children are older. You know what I mean? Are you listening when they went from like, because I don't know. When I was growing up, wasn't a whole bunch of listening. It's what did I say? I said what I said. You know what I'm saying? That's it. I don't want to really hear. My mom wasn't really big on you giving back dialogue, if you know what I'm saying.
Mhm.
I don't know about anybody else, but
Who's
Well,
the
that's
thing
the
about
problem.
don't talk
That's
back, but
No, that's the
if
problem. We come from households where it's listen to me yell at you for 20 minutes and don't say a motherfucking thing back. That's the parents we had, right or wrong.
for the most part, yeah. Unless they
You
ask for
ain't
a
allowed to
specific
express.
question.
You ain't allowed to express no emotion.
right.
You crying? Let me give you something to cry for. That shit is all trauma. That shit is all trauma and it's all bad parenting. We
But what
love our
about
parents.
now?
They
The
didn't know no better.
child
I
now?
mean, that's going on now. For the parents, they haven't realized it yet. It's still another generation or two of that bullshit. That has to stop. You have to allow your kids to express themselves.
Mm.
Don't let me get real. Don't let me get
There's a
to
balance. I'll say that. There's a balance. Because you let them go all the way left, then they the spoiled ass don't know how to live through life kids. They end up being terrible adults.
facts.
I mean, because like I was getting ready to say, I think that now we've kind of entered into the other extreme. You know, there's the black, the white, or whatever. This the right side, the left side, and we're not yet at that medium point where now parents are letting the kids tell me how you feel. Oh, you are upset. You don't like the fact that I punish it. Like, okay, of course you don't like it. Like in life, you're not able to always express yourself
Yeah,
or how you express yourself. I don't know.
yeah.
I think it's still really wonky.
Yeah, I wasn't talking about that. Of course, you have to punish your kids when they do something wrong to teach them the lesson. What I was talking about was more so in the heat of the moment when you're yelling at your child or whatever, you still have to allow your child to express their emotion. When you suppress that, let me give you something to cry for. What you crying for? They're crying because they're hurt, and you should be happy if you're yelling at your child and your child is upset by that, because that means that you actually don't have to put your hands on your child. Don't
That
let
they
me get to
or
don't let
they
me get to
care.
preaching about this parenting thing. You gotta understand, most of y'all parents out there are doing you're parenting and your kids are close in age, so you're learning as you go, and there's really no time for you to adjust and see what you did wrong and continue parenting. Me, on the other hand, I have an 18-year-old and I have a 4-year-old. There's a big,
Yeah, nice
so
little
I
gap.
can see what I did wrong with the first one. So and I can apply that to the second. Apply, the right, what I think is right to the second one.
Okay. Queen,
So
you
then,
have
what is it about for someone who only has one kid? Because I only have one. But I don't know, because I've been told, I get told all the time that I must be doing something right, because my daughter is very um respect. She's a very respectable young lady. She's very like mild mannered. I really didn't have too many problems, but because she's my only child. Her dad got a
How,
swarm of
how
them.
old is she?
Now she's 20. She's 21.
You have a 21-year-old? Oh shit! All right, I didn't know that. I thought your kid was younger.
She's
You
21.
having more? You ain't letting nobody shoot the club up, huh?
Man, they tried. They talking about, oh, you look like you breed athletes, and I technically, if you go by my daughter, I do, but
They
I'm not.
they tried. So multiple dudes have tried to shoot the club up.
Over the course of my life, yes,
Okay. Okay.
yes. I'm not talking about in a month or some shit like that.
2 days.
The course of my life, sir. Lord, you want me to be a host so bad?
Dana says every child is different. You just have to do your best.
First
And
of
that
all,
is true.
first of all, shout out to Dana. Dana got 5. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. She got 5 kids,
Cinco. Okay, that's dope.
which
Are
I
you
am the
married?
godfather of the first one.
Dana, thank
Oh, I thought
you.
you was gonna say all five. I was like,
No,
damn.
hell no. I stopped.
Ah!
I have, listen, I have 12,
Oh, Dana said
12
six.
god kids.
Dana says 6.
She has 6? Fuck. See, niggas lose count.
Terrible godparents. Fucking God.
I'm
That
only,
man,
She said, but I'm only
listen,
godparent to one.
I'm only godparent to one.
Five
that
That's a
boys
man.
fact.
and one girl.
He had
Ooh,
another one.
that girl
When did
gonna be
you
spoiled.
Yo,
when did
listen,
you have
they
another one?
don't pay no attention to her. They ain't got Netflix, so they don't watch some TV at night. They just
But that's crazy
Shut
because with the new generation or all of the technology and things that have come up in the world, it's like, are you raising a child? Is that even the same? Can you even compare raising a child now to raising a child, say, when you were growing up? Or even shoot, if you want to say, I mean, I like, I'm like Damon, like I don't have no little ones. Okay, yeah, I think Damon, your baby and my grandbaby are the same age. Um,
whatever that meant.
what I'm just saying, I don't have any little people
I
like
do. I have little people.
I. I said I don't, Damon. I see how you're not. I don't have any small
She
children.
was
You
just
ain't let you
referring
ain't
the
letting
fact
nobody
that
you ain't
you
letting
might
nobody
be
shoot the club up either.
you're the daddy of a youngin, but she's a grandmama. That's
Yeah, I'm just like, yeah, because I have older children, 27 being my oldest, and then I also have, matter of fact, my baby will be 15 on the 29th of this month.
Right.
So like that, even with that slight difference in age, not as extreme, but there's a difference in what he's exposed to and what he's seeing and what, just like I said, has his hands on, like social media. There was Barney, you know what I mean? There was cassette tapes. Like when my daughter was you put Barney in and clean up. Like that was the thing. Now when, like I
Bees.
say, when I look at even my grandbaby, like you got a tablet, you know how to use FaceTime, like you're on it. Like it blows my mind some of the things that they even know at a
Right.
young age. When you're seeing little kids, you're like, yo, how do you even know? But that's because of the things we're exposing them to. So
Right.
some people will say, turn the television off, or you remember when TV used to go off. Now TV doesn't go off for kids. Like, so if they have a television in their room, they're watching it all night. Even if you're telling them to turn it off, you go to sleep, you think they're not turning it back on. Did you guys watch TV after you were told not to watch TV?
I
You know,
snuck a couple times.
I'll step out on a limb, and I'll tell my bad parenting story. So I was 26 when I had my oldest. His mom was 20. And we thought, we had a 2-bedroom apartment. We thought that, we would put cartoons on and he would be all right in his bed because, of course he wanted to sleep with us, but we was young. We was busy. You feel me?
Why you make
So
that face, stiletto? Like,
we
ew.
we was busy. So we trying to keep this nigga in his bed. So we put cartoons on him for every night when he went to sleep. Little did we know, we were so young and oblivious and horny that we put on Adult Swim for him every night. You know what Adult Swim is? Every night thinking it was cartoons, I promise
You
you.
was watching
Stiletto.
South Park.
DJ grew up on Adult Swim. I promise you. One night I was laying in the bed where I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this he's watching? Yo? Adult Swim, crazy. So, the point of me bringing that up is when you're young, you think you're a good parent. Or if there's any 20-something-year-olds watching this, and you have a 5-year-old or 3-year-old, you think you're a good parent. You wait till you get in your late 30s and 40s. You'll be a much better parent. Real shit.
If you're in the mindset where you've learned, because there's some
Right.
people who will still be terrible parents at 40.
I mean, if you traveling through life and you're not growing as a person, not just be a parenthood, if you're not growing as a person,
Right.
then you're literally wasting my ear. Kill yourself, please.
Oh, just popped in my head. So let me ask you guys a question. As parents that we are of 20 something children, right? Not all like we don't have 20 children, but you know what I mean. Of the age, right? At what point do you stop necessarily fighting your child's battles? So if your child has something going on in regards to, say, them and their friends, them and their teacher, in their I'm sorry, their college professor, or them and whomever, is it, should you be jumping on the phone and Elle, you what, you're telling him he can't have his credit card balance, things like that? When should you stop this behavior, Damon?
Never. The answer is never. You hear me? You go to war for your child every fucking day that you breathe the air. If God woke you up in the morning and you breathing in the morning, then you go to war for your child if they need you. I will smack the shit out of, I have an 18 and 4-year-old. I'll smack the shit out of an 18-year-old, and I will definitely smack the shit out of a 4-year-old for fucking with my boys. You heard?
So if your child is having a disagreement with financial aid, you're saying I'm gonna
I'm
smack
pulling up.
financial, you
That's
pulling up.
I'm
hilarious.
pulling up.
Okay. All right, Queen.
I mean,
And we're talking about
the,
within
the
reason.
basic answer would be never, but there's scenarios like there's going to be times where I'm like, okay, well, you need to try this first, then I follow up, you know. Or there's going to be times where if that's the first time and it's a teachable moment, you
Mhm.
know, as far as being an adult. Now, just off of everything, no, I'm not just going to jump for everything, but um there are times where I already know I'm going to intervene or I'm going to say something, but it's I give her the opportunity to learn the lesson or try herself.
Okay, when you're ready to move out and handle things on your own, happens between the ages of 19 and 21. You did wrong for spending so
Now
now.
5 is acceptable. Mark, that's school age.
I just think that sometimes you know, I've seen situations. I've worked in customer service a lot where the parent will jump on the phone for the child who is no longer a child, who is grown, and now
Right,
you even have to say, I can't discuss this with you because
right.
you're
They're of
not
age.
you're not who I need to be talking to. Like, I'm not talking about, oh, there's some like dire urgent situation where you need to intervene as a person that loves this child. I'm talking about those situations where, as a grown up, if you say, for example, you got a credit card, you got a credit card. It is under your social, it is on your credit. Now talk to your parent, get advice from them, ask them what to do, things of that nature. But when do you stop speaking per se in those situations for your children? Or is there ever a time, like Damon said, you jump on the phone, period? Doesn't matter. 35. Hey, I'm on the phone because I'm their parent.
Like I said, for me, it's there's not a limit to it as far as the age. It's a matter of the situation. Because if she's 35, but there's still something that she don't understand, or I need to be involved in at least for the first time, to
So it's
or until
a
she
discussion
gets it.
you have with your child or with that person about what they should be doing. Like we were talking about with listening. Hey, you need to call the company. You need to find
Oh
out
yeah, I'm
what's
gonna walk
going
through
on.
it, and I might be on the phone with her the first time she does it, because I need to make sure that what they're saying is accurate. Especially, I've been in banking, so if you talking about when you talk about money and finances, I teach my daughter. My daughter knows, you know, how to save, how to, you know, pay certain bills, the way to pay certain bills, you know, how to build credit. My daughter knows all that because I walk her through all of that. But if it's a needed situation where it's the first time or she's gotten someone who is disrespectful, I'm
You jumping in. You jumping on the phone.
I'm jumping.
Okay. Damon, same, is that the same for you?
I'm pulling up. That's it.
Pull up.
Okay. All
Okay.
right.
I'm pulling up for
You're
whatever
not
my.
on the account, mom. Yeah. I
I'm
mean, it can be a
To
little
be honest, some of
frustrating
them
for
I
some
have. I
people.
made sure that I am on there until she's comfortable for me not to be.
Yeah.
I'm pulling up regardless of the situation. Now, how they're being handled will determine how I handle the person that the problem is with.
Right. And you can still give people the permission to speak with you. So
That's
I
Um,
know about the
yeah,
legal stuff too.
you
or
definitely.
you could just be like, "Yo, you get out of work at this time, right? Every single day you get out of work, you leave here at this time every
Everything ain't
single
sweet in the
day.
parking lot.
So I need you to treat my son with respect.
I
I
don't
don't,
know. And
I
I'm just
don't.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate here because I don't know. I've been, like I said, I've worked a lot of
I ain't say
different
power of attorney.
experiences as a customer service agent where you're not being rude. You're asking questions that you need to ask to get resolution of some sort. And then the parent jumps on the phone all willy nilly because you feel like, I'm older, I'm the parent, I know more, I this, I that. And is that really, at that point, are you teaching your child or are you taking over the situation?
So
For
I'm not that parent, so I
let
wouldn't
me.
know.
are
That's a
we taking over
that's
the situation
no no
because
no. That's a
you're
great
not learning or what? Talk to me.
that's a great analogy right there. But I'm gonna take it to something else. I'm gonna say this: if my child is a school shooter, then there must have been a shooting range next door. They must have got it mixed up. They thought the targets was paper. They didn't think it was people. I'm always going to ride for my children. That's it. I'm always gonna
Right,
do
but
it.
if so, even if your child is wrong, you
That's
just
true.
allow them to be
No,
wrong.
no, no. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I said I'll be in court like, yo, they must have had it mixed up. It'll get the time down a little bit, you know.
I can't with him. Oh, David. Stupid.
My child would never be a school shooter because my child's not white. So,
Those are not the views of Kocktailz Konvo.
Yo,
The likes and views of David Laughs are not those of Kocktailz Konvo.
you know what? Let me even that out so that I don't get canceled.
But let's just say this: that okay, since we are on the topic of tradition, a mom came on social media and she put this out there. She said her son said to her, she was like, "It's a tradition." She always uses this word. And so she said that she said it to her son one more time. And he said, "Man, tradition is nothing but peer pressure from dead people."
Facts.
That's funny.
And I've heard that saying before. It's becoming more and more popular. It's so fucking true.
Okay, Marcus said some parents got bills in their kids' name and been passing that back. Yeah,
Marcus, why are you talking about them West Baltimore people, man? That ain't right.
It's harder to do that now, though, isn't it? I know back in the day, I know my mama had a credit card or two in my name.
Like, I'm talking about them West Baltimore people, man. That ain't right.
I don't think it. I mean, it's a fact.
It definitely happens in New York.
And then the thing about it is, it happens, and not even on a social standing. There are some very wealthy people that know how to play the system, how to play taxes, this, that, and the third, and will place something in someone else's name, things of that nature. And you're right. Sometimes just being, you pass down bad advice and maybe even bad advice on how to handle a situation. Because what happens when you're not there, and now what? There are certain people that are handicapped by the fact that they've gotten so much help, even if it's not from their parent. Could be from their husband, their wife, their boyfriend, their girl. You don't know how to do anything yourself.
People, I am all for you putting bills in your child's name, but also put an IRA in their name. Put some other stuff in their name. Even it out a little bit. You fucked up your name with the cable company. All right, cool. You got to get cable in your kid's name, fine. But do something else to even it out,
Yeah. It's crazy because I'm going to segue. I'm going to go away from the topic that I was going to. By saying this, there was a young lady that said, "Y'all keep talking about people putting their kids' names and bills and stuff." And she's like, "I put the cable bill in my kid's name because they the ones that wanted cable. I don't need cable. They do. I don't need Wi-Fi. They do."
Is this woman black?
And that means you need not to get it.
I was she a black woman? I don't know. I didn't ask her.
Okay. Well, leave it to I'll just say a woman. Leave it to a woman to rationalize that bullshit. Listen, I get what you're saying. They're the ones that watch the TV. All right. That still doesn't take away from the fact that you need to provide for them. Cable too, bitch. You know what I'm saying?
But that's the thing is, if that's the case, then don't have cable in your house.
No.
You're doing something. You're doing something
you're not gonna have. I think.
I don't have cable. I got all streaming services in here.
I think not having cable in 2023. I think
not having internet, maybe, but not having cable is a lot of people who do not have cable.
I think that in 2023, if you're not providing your child with internet and cable, that breeds school shooters.
Why do you need internet and cable?
For entertainment. What is a child supposed to? So the child's supposed to come home and study.
Did you have internet? Did you grow up with the internet?
I sure did. My mother screaming at me because her calls can't come through. Listen, I sure did.
Are you talking about you had dial-up?
That was a landline.
You see the Grays? You know I had dial-up. You see the Grays?
Okay, but before you had those things, because they didn't come out when you were a baby, you went some years without those types of items. AOL didn't come out to a certain time.
Yeah, I was outside. I was outside playing with the rest of the kids.
Okay, so here we go. So
Queens get the money. Shout out to Queens. Queens get the money. We was outside playing Scully and all type of shit. Y'all don't know about Scully. You
All
know what I'm
I'm
saying?
saying is that you see how you were able to entertain yourself without all the gadgets, without the internet,
Yeah, but
without
this
the
is
Wi-Fi.
those were that was back in the day, and now there's a different breed of children out here. You know, where's Cameron right now? I bet she's playing the game right now.
I don't even know where
What do
he
you
is.
mean you don't know?
Ah!
Absolutely no idea.
What do you mean you don't know where he is?
I know where your children are at 9 p.m. Like, yes, I don't even know.
Ah!
I know where both my children are.
Good job. That's what's up. You're a great parent.
I try to be.
You're right. Like, no.
Hilarious.
Sometimes I'm like, because of social media, because of the internet, because of the internet, sometimes we are in the same house and don't even communicate like that. I'll text and say, hey, take the chicken out. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
So
Yeah,
what?
take the chicken out.
Yo, Kieran know that he can get away with anything on Tuesdays from 9 to 12.
Ah, you see, that's messed up.
Kieran got all type of hoes in the room. Yo, just climb up. Yo, I'm telling you, 9 to 12. She
Hilarious.
ain't paying attention to me.
Don't be giving him no ideas.
That's all right. Don't give me. He watching the show. He got a cocktail too. That's what we're doing now.
Hilarious.
Whoever said Dipset Bird Gang, hey, gang, 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 gang. Yeah.
Okay, so like the topic I was trying to move on to, tradition is peer pressure from dead people. Queen Dame said he heard this before. This was my first time hearing it. I chuckled and I thought about it. What were your thoughts when that?
I've heard it before too.
Damn, am I the only person here?
I feel like we didn't have a full discussion, but I feel you brought this up before.
I feel old as shit.
Hilarious.
The only person I wish was on here is Montreux because he probably would be like, yay, yay, yay. Like he would be so excited.
Yeah, because
I think it's a funny perspective. It's funny. It definitely is funny, especially saying it.
I
like
mean,
that.
some traditions are
But
stupid.
to a degree, yeah. Because not only thing is like some traditions, it's like we're past that point. You know what I'm saying? So some of the stuff is like it don't even apply to these days. So I don't know, but I think it's funny. I think that's a funny perspective, a funny way to look at it.
Listen, we are a woke people. I hate using that term, but I have to use it right now. We are a woke people, and we know that some traditions are stupid. You know, what is there a Columbus Day parade for? That's tradition. What is that? What is that? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
A day off.
Not the parade.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Ah!
I like to keep certain traditions alive.
Yeah, because they got you in the Matrix with that, 9 to 5 shit. So that's a tradition too. Giving up 3/4 of your day. Listen, it's not it.
I think it's not it for certain people. I think that it's it for other people. Like everybody can't be the boss. Everybody can't be a boss.
Right.
There are such things as worker bees, and there's nothing wrong with being if that is who you are. If
A lot of people say that.
You probably will find it very difficult to maintain a 9 to 5 because that's not innately, naturally who you are, as a person. But there's some people that are very fulfilled and very happy. You ever see that person
Everyone
you're like, you don't want to be the manager, and they're
everyone can get rid of 9 to 5 because the amount of people on this earth, if you took away 1 billion people or 2 or 3 or 4 billion people, it'd still be enough people to do whatever you do. I'm gonna sell berries on my block, and everybody from my block is gonna buy berries from me. My neighbor across the street's gonna sell milk, and it could just be every block. It's just how it can be. Everybody can sell, everybody can do something and sell something. But that, I'm speaking foreign terms to a lot of people. A lot of people can't even visualize that. So,
well, this is something that Marcus clearly has been saying. He said, hey, if these businesses start cutting hours and replacing jobs with kiosks, then what about tradition? Right?
Facts.
You think
Big
about
fact.
What about
Because big
like
yo, Marcus, shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you because I like that fucking statement. A lot of our, as Stiletto would like to say, black and brown people after the pandemic, a lot of people got their CDLs. I had my CDL way back when I did that. I ain't doing that shit ever again in life. Um,
Good.
so a lot of people got that, and a lot of people are making money doing that right now. And they're like, "Yo, I finally got myself a career." Newsflash: these fucking cars is driving themselves, and that's what's coming in. So y'all gonna wind up 50 years old. I was depending on being a CDL driver for my whole life. It's not gonna be a thing. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta watch technology, and you gotta watch them 9 to 5s. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, but we're not so close that that's going to be gone in our generation.
Ray. So let me tell you something. This is the financial
You
part
think
of this.
everybody's going to have a car that drives themselves
Listen,
before we
this
die?
is this is the financial technological part of the show right now. Y'all need to really pay attention right now. There is a company right now called Waymo, right? They're owned by Google, and right now they make autonomous cars that drive themselves. Right now, they have all their cars doing Uber driving in Arizona. I think Phoenix or outside of Phoenix, but that's the only state that they're allowed in right now. As soon as that shows to be a success or shows a pattern of being a success, I promise you, Uber is out of here. So if you depend on Uber for your food, for your rides, I'm telling you, it's out of here. All of
But
that
what I'm
shit is
saying is,
becoming
we're not
really,
at the
really
point
soon.
where we're going to be comfortable with that. Now, when they get to our kids, maybe because they came up with that. But we still have times where we like give us a diamond in the back in a Cadillac. Like
So so
we're
I
not
was
we're
so
not at the point where I know I don't want no I want somebody behind the wheel. I don't want no electric thing just driving me around.
so
somebody
it's
saying
so, so
robots
it's
are
so
going
it's
to take
April so
over
it's April
Walmart?
11th. I'm sorry, Stiletto. So it's April 11th right now, right? My birthday was March 14th. A couple days before my birthday, I went out to Nassau County. If you know Long Island, Suffolk, and Nassau, I went to Nassau, got trashed, right? Came out to the car like, damn, yo, nobody, no, am I gonna drive home like this? And I was in a Tesla. I have a company car, which is a Tesla. I got in that Tesla and put myself in the passenger seat and programmed that shit to drive me home. And this is you're talking to a person who was not comfortable with autonomous cars. I'm like, yo, that ain't my era. I'm not fucking with that. I don't trust that shit. But I was drunk and I did it, and that shit got me home safe. I will let that shit drive me anywhere. If a chick want to get picked up to come to my crib, I'm sending the fucking car. It's really that easy, and it's able to be done, and it's an easy thing. Once you experience it one time, you flip like that. I promise you. If you
I
experience
mean,
it like
like
I
I
did,
said, there's certain people that feel that way, and there are other people that
Right.
definitely don't. There are still people that are, traditionalists or Gen X's and things of that nature that still will not shop on Amazon. Still don't do on shit. I don't shop online. Like
I don't like online
I
shopping
don't
either.
like
I'll do
doing
it.
it. It's been there forever. It's there. It's available and things of that nature. So like, and I mean, Marcus is saying, hey, 10 years ago, McDonald's in Spain had kiosks and the U.S. didn't. Now, they're the only ones, ones open at the register and things of that nature. So it's not that far off. Not saying that technology is not doing its thing and things of that nature, but Tesla's, if you look at their sales are down due to their cars crashing in the self-driving
And my
mode.
thing is that it's not there. It's there. And there are going to be people that use it, but it's going to be the younger generations. Like some of the older people are going to do it because they want to be, they're techies or they're technology or whatever. But there's still too many people in this world that grew up with not having that or had, know the old ways
it's
that
gonna
are
change
not
in
going to
three.
do that. So it's not until maybe your youngest son's age is where it's going to be like to a point where everybody's doing it or more so than not. But we're not at the point right now where that's going to just
If you
take
look at
over.
New York City, we talk about talk about New York a
Woo.
lot. New York City, we have Uber, you have Lyft, but yet I still see oodles and oodles of cabs. You know what I
Well,
mean?
because you
Even
can't,
though not as many not as many as there
because
used.
in New York you can't they won't allow you to just put them out of business. Not all of them. So
Right. That's not exactly. So this is the same thing that could happen
but
when it
it's a slow process.
comes
That it's a slow process.
That's all I'm
But
saying.
we're at the end of that. So in 3 to 5 years, you're gonna have autonomous cars in New York.
I thought we were going to have flying cars, and I haven't seen that yet. What happened to Back to the Future?
Now
Yeah.
here's the thing with autonomous cars. You
Oh,
know, cars that don't
you
drive.
a salesman? What the fuck? Like,
No, I've invested money in it. I just know that
do
this is
we
gonna
have
be.
to be a part of it?
I just know it's gonna be big. That's all I'm saying. I know it's gonna be big.
It's not the
Now,
technology.
Ray is saying that it's Uber ain't going nowhere right now. Yo, if there's a car that drives itself, that means the driver doesn't have to be paid, which means the price is going to be drastically different from one to the other. Trust me, people going to go about that money. I'm telling you, if
Okay.
it's
Well,
cheaper, they're going to go with it.
well, Corey is saying they're going to put chips in people, and we're going to be walking cards like a bank card or a credit card. Oh, nobody
Um,
want to say nothing now.
I
I
mean,
don't
no,
want
they've been saying that since
I
the
don't want it.
'90s.
I'm just playing. But and Marcus is saying, but with truckers, it can happen now. Okay, I
That's a
mean,
fact.
we're definitely going.
Marcus, all they're trying to figure out,
I'm
all they're
not
trying to
saying it
figure out
can't
is where.
happen.
It
I'm
can
just
All
happen,
they,
but
where it's
we're going in
everybody.
that direction. We're definitely going in that direction. I mean, even if you look at the CDLs before, you used to have to know how to drive stick. Now, most of the trucks that are coming out newly are automatic. Soon it'll be this type of self driving. You know what I mean? Like there's baby steps and steps that they are definitely taking. But who, I guess we'll have to live long enough to see it. And
three to
right
five
now,
years,
of
three
us
to 5 years
dying off
max.
in their 30s and 40s and 50s a lot of us may not even live to see this technology in some instances. But on a lighter note, get it on it. Okay, all right, nobody's with me.
Ah,
Like,
Lord.
are sporting events something that you should take somebody to on a date? Is that a good date option, Queen? You are
First date or regular date?
date. You
Okay,
break it down however you want to.
okay.
Queen, what you thinking? Is it a fun thing to
I
do?
think if the person, I think if the person's a fanatic, so obviously somewhere in there you done had a conversation with somebody as far as the first date. So if they're a fanatic and it's something like maybe I don't know a baseball game or something, I don't see a problem with that because that to me would be like okay, you listen to what I told you and you see what I like.
Okay.
It would be something different.
All right. Damon?
Is a sporting event a good date? Depends on
Yeah.
your seats, nigga. You can't have the bitch in the nosebleeds. Nosebleeds.
I didn't think
Depends on
about
your
that.
seats,
What?
nigga. Yo, this is real shit because I've gone on dates to sporting events with women.
Marcus just said the same thing.
It depends on your seats. For real. Because if you on the floor, I don't give a fuck if she hates basketball. She gonna love that shit. If you in the fucking nosebleeds, that's a different. One's getting the pussy, the other one's not getting the pussy. Simple as that.
Really? So the seats determine the
Yeah.
The
The
level of
whole
pussy.
the experience of the date. My nigga, if you're in the nosebleeds, you should just watch it on TV. Real shit. Just watch it on TV at home, you know. Set up some candles.
like saying why go to the movies? Why not wait for it to come out on Netflix?
Here's my thing. Here's my
The
thing.
movie to me
When
is
you're
not
on
necessarily
when
good
you're
date
on a
because you
date,
can have room for conversation.
when you're on a date, depending on what you make per year, you should budget it. Meaning you should know how much you want to spend on a date. Period. So if your budget is, I don't know, $150 for the whole date, and you thinking sporting event, or $150 with 2 tickets, your seats ain't that great. You should stay home, watch that game on TV, and set up candles and roses, and spend that 150
A
on
little
the
dinner date.
experience.
Right.
This is real, yo. Listen, y'all can laugh if you want.
Who
I make
laughing?
sense. I promise you, I
Who
make sense.
laughing?
Spend that 150 making her feel real special at home. It's about the experience. You fuck around and them nosebleeds ain't a good thing, man. Nosebleeds is for somebody that for
I mean,
a woman that got at least 2-3 years in with you, and she knows, all right, my nigga just ain't got it, and it's just an
We just
experience.
going to a
Don't do
game,
no
right?
new shit. Don't be in the nosebleeds on some new shit.
okay. Sporting events is still a little iffy thing. It just depends, I guess. I don't know. Look, oh my goodness, somebody's agreeing with you.
I
But
mean, I'm not lying.
see, Queen, it's the change is coming quicker than we think.
Hilarious.
What is
I'm
going on?
just saying to the point of where it's gonna be just like
Ray,
near
quick,
90 to 100%.
let me ask Queen Ray 1 second. Queen Ray, would you rather be in the nosebleeds, or would you rather the nigga take the money that he was gonna spend on both them tickets, food, and drinks at home and make it some special shit?
Oh, I'm not really a sports fanatic anyway. So yeah, feed me, nigga.
Right.
Feed me
And if
good.
you are, that's what I'm saying. Them nosebleeds is no good. Because if you're a sports fanatic, you're looking at the nigga like, nigga, I'll go with the girls out and I'm closer to the game. If you're not a sports fanatic and you're in the nosebleeds, it take you an hour to get up there, bro.
Ah!
It take you an hour to get up there on the escalators and the line. Like,
It take you an hour to get up there.
That's not a good move. That's not a good move. I ain't been in the
No,
Like I
nosebleeds.
said, the only reason I would think it would be a good first date is if it was a sport and or team that because there's a lot of women who are extreme sports fanatics. Like I would go to a game. I've been to games. You know what I'm saying? Football, basketball, baseball, should even golf.
You fuck with baseball?
I've been to a game. It's an experience.
And you liked it?
It was cool. It was
And
to see, like I said, but
and how were your seats?
They were good.
Exactly.
They were like to the point where I almost caught I could have got a ball.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But no, I understand what you're saying. It makes sense. But I'm just saying, to me, the only reason that would be a good date is if that person is interested or they never experienced it and you made it a good experience.
Now, there are women who like baseball. I don't want to say that there's no women that like baseball, but if most women don't fuck with baseball because they think it's boring because they don't understand the game, you cannot take your date all the way. Baseball nosebleeds is that's where the term comes from. Baseball shit's you damn near God, yo. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, it's up there. Yeah.
Baseball, you gotta be down low. You gotta be
like
field level.
Who got the ball right now?
Small as fuck. Nah,
I
you
do
right.
think it depends on the experience, because guess what? If you're taking a woman to the World Series and it's in the nosebleed seats, then she might still be just as wild. Like, I'm at the World Series. I'm at the Super Bowl.
I mean, as long as you feed her.
Yeah, but listen,
you better feed her good.
Listen. There isn't. I'm gonna go out on a limb and I'm gonna say this. There isn't a person that's been to the nosebleeds in the World Series that isn't field level during the season, because them tickets cost about the same. That doesn't exist. Just nosebleeds. Oh, babe, we going here, and I've never been there before. Just automatically know that doesn't exist, because the prices are about the same as the regular season
during the series.
I've been to the nosebleed field level.
And we were talking about a big game.
I mean, I've been to the World Series field
level. A lot
level.
of people that didn't go to a lot of regular season games still went to the Super Bowl and got their tickets for the Super Bowl. They didn't. That's
another thing. If you've been to the Super Bowl, you've been to a football game. No one's first football experience is at the Super Bowl.
But that's what I'm saying. Would that not wow somebody possibly if it was their first experience and you hit them with boom?
First of all, if we being real, Super Bowl is not a good date unless unless that's wifey or some shit like that, and you're committed, like you're in a committed relationship. Do not bring sand to the beach. It's the
Okay.
Super Bowl.
Hilarious.
And
It's
so
a
you think the
oasis.
women that are there for regular men.
It's a oasis in the Super Bowl. Unless you with your girl for a while. It's true. It's just like All
They
Star
try because
Weekend.
they try
It's
and
a
hope to try to get a
oasis.
player, but it could just trickle down to the niggas that's
You
there
want the
because they can't
leftover.
get the player.
Okay, I got it. I get it. I get it. You don't want to miss out on the chance of being,
A thought.
what, 75 draft pick or something like that.
Ah! Somebody,
Because
at least somebody on the bench.
the women
Yeah,
are going there,
they
right?
all get a ring.
Right.
I mean, you listen.
I just
In my
imagine.
opinion, and thank God I don't have a daughter because I can say this and not give a fuck. The women who were there on All Star Weekend, I would say about 80% of them are there to bag a basketball player or someone in their camp. They just say you fucking somebody's cousin or somebody's agent or somebody's assistant to the
Don't
agent.
lie to get the vagina.
That's what these things are.
I see that happen.
That's what
though.
these things
It's
are.
funny because I'd be like, you didn't even think to check. You just took that man's word. Oh, okay.
Yo, remember when you guys came out for the last roast for my birthday and we went back to my cousin's crib?
Mm-hmm.
Remember my cousin, my light-skinned cousin? That nigga we used to go in the strip club and that nigga used to tell everybody that he was Chris Brown and I was his bodyguard. And I promise you that shit worked.
That's funny.
Stiletto trying to remember if he really looked like Chris Brown. A little bit.
No, I'm not trying to remember.
That's funny.
Like, there's no way that would be logical to a completely,
Oh no, you bugging.
Were these girls raised?
I've seen it work. It
were they
worked.
raised in Judge Wapner? Judge Wapner comes on the 12th.
It worked. I promise you it worked.
They was probably lit.
They was probably lit or thirsty.
Either way it worked.
Or they were just in a really like kind of dim room.
They were squinting their eyes and turning to the.
Wow. You do see, I'm the ignorant one. I'd be like, bust a move. Let me see you do a dance.
Right. I was going to say, did he play the whole part though? Was he like, is your man?
Listen, y'all ain't got to listen to me. Y'all ain't got to listen to me. See what Marcus talking about in the comments. Marcus, no. He said All-Star Game, World Series, Super Bowl. Oasis.
No, he
didn't say Oasis.
Afterwards. He didn't say Oasis.
Hilarious.
You need your readers on. That's not what it said.
Yeah, a controlled freaknik. Yeah.
Everybody is worried about freaknik right now. There are people panicking because they remember their freaknik days and are like, "Oh my goodness!"
Only the women are panicking.
So what? You better just
There's no man that's panicking.
Some men out here panicking.
Nah, unless they was doing some gay shit. There's no niggas
or
panicking.
you could have been married and you were down there doing things and you're still married.
Because it was definitely niggas that was doing shit that had people.
A lot of alimony being paid and things of that nature. There's a lot of people running for the hills right now.
Some people just don't want their kids to see them be a thought.
You're a fool. I believe that if you get married, you got to leave all that bullshit behind. If you're not going to leave that bullshit behind, then don't fucking get married, dumbass.
Thank you for sharing. Is that a public service announcement or something?
I mean, it's just true.
Thank you.
It's true. That's the dumbest.
I mean, because you can't really hold somebody's past against them. But if they were together already at the time, you can be like, nigga, you full blown cheated on me.
I mean, my nigga, any of the fellas out there or women, if you let your partner go to Freaknik and then come back to you.
Or you might have not even known that your partner
What the fuck was you doing, yo?
Could have told you.
Well, I'm about to say they might not know.
Business trip in Texas, and boom, you see them on Freaknik. Like, you was at Freaknik.
Listen, men and women.
You know how many households that would disrupt?
Well, Freaknik was because I mean they even had to. That's part of the reason they stopped it is because they got like real out of hand with some of that. Like I know, it was a story about how they was like. Just women would walk through and they would like rip their clothes off thinking that they was
I mean, yes, in Freaknik, but you know where that happened a lot in the Greek Fest in Jones Beach and they stopped that shit. So they stopped that shit. I think Freaknik went on longer than that shit went on.
Yeah, but it got to a point where Freaknik was like it wasn't what it was, so people stopped going. But Freaknik did last longer than Greek Fest.
Yeah,
Wow.
Freaknik and the OnlyFans is like the same shit except
See,
digital.
look, they talking about it's gonna be a doc. You see, we're not that far. We're far off and not far off.
Yo,
OnlyFans
the OnlyFans
documentary.
documentary is cool, but you know what's crazy is like, yo, all of these women. I'm not hating on y'all.
It
All
sounds
of
like
these women that
I'm
are
a small
twerking, if you twerking online and that shit stays up there, yo, your grandkids, there's gonna be a college class where your grandkids are gonna be able, or your great grandkids are gonna be able to look back in time and see what the fuck y'all was doing, and that shit is funny as fuck to me, yo. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? I gave away. This is like a movie idea or a sketch idea. I'm giving it away. Yo, listen. Can you imagine the year fucking 3001? All right, and they got computers all in the classes. Let's look back and see what our ancestors were doing. What?
you did.
Hilarious. What
You
were
did.
your grandparents doing?
Where your grandparents? Yada 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 yada.
Like, I mean, if you think about it, like, I don't know what, the cotton clubs and stuff like that back
Yo,
then, the little dances, they were risque.
yeah, but
Yo,
it's not
they
on the
was
internet
worse.
forever.
It just wasn't documented like it
Right,
is
it
now,
wasn't
but they were
documented.
worse. They were so much. Yo, the hoochie coochie.
Yeah, freak nigga, they were
It was
so
a lot of grinding going on in the 60s and 70s. Let me tell you.
I don't know. I mean, it's a lot of stuff going on. You want to be remembered that way. It's a footprint that stays there forever. Forever.
Forever.
But you got to think about it. This is something that you did not have the pressure of when you were growing up. Now you do. And, big up to whoever put the comment up that a lot of us have gained a lot of weight or have changed the way, like you got double chins and stomachs, and men have lost their hair. Now they got hair on their face and not on their head. Women got all this stuff. And will you be recognizable in your Freaknik documentary when they put it up, and you're gonna be like, is that me? Is anybody gonna recognize?
Yo, they
Nah,
showed
somebody
it
somebody said they need to make an Eastern Parkway documentary for the Labor Day parade, the Caribbean parade. That's another thing. Yo, the amount of shootings and molestation that's going on is just ridiculous. You know, I wonder how our grandkids are gonna look at us because all our shit is documented. It's You know what's documented? Our reaction to everything that's happened. A school shooting, a famous person dies. Everything is everything's there for them to look at. There's not going to be any wondering anymore.
Okay, that's deep.
Real shit.
I mean, Egyptians, they had the whole, it was different documenting.
the
It's going
hieroglyphic.
to be like, oh, look at my great grandmother Stiletto with her ex-boyfriend before she met my grandfather. You know what I'm saying? My great grandfather, my great great grandfather. Yeah,
They know their great. Who says they even know their grandfathers? Like, I'm just fucking like, who? Like, how do you know they even know them? Like really? Like, this is so
they're
2020.
gonna know
Hilarious.
them by your social media posts, and they're gonna know them by
Well,
your.
I don't post. I'm not a big poster on that type of
I'm
stuff.
using you as an
No,
example,
I'm
but
just
I'm
saying. So you have to just be mindful of what you put up and how you present yourself. And you should always be that way, whether somebody's documenting it or not. And that's the lesson that we're teaching today, kids. Like, really? Like, that's the lesson. Like, yo, the thing about it is, I think Freak Nick stuff coming out will be a valuable lesson to the new generation to say, see, you never know when this could come back and bite you in your ass. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff that you're doing on TikTok and Instagram, all these other things. You see, I was only 19, okay? And look, it's a learning tool. I think that's what we're all using it for. Instead of textbooks, we have text messages. It's great. So listen, without further ado, we're going to jolly all our way onto IG so we can spice up this conversation. We got a lot of stuff that's coming up. Are you mismanaging people? Are you mismanaging relationships, interactions? Do you even know what the hell I'm talking about? Okay. Don't have sex with the help. Ooh, very different topic. We're also going to talk about what makes good social media content, guns, racism, Hispanics hating blacks. And which one do you prefer? A large front or back? And I'll go into further detail when we get over into the grown zone. So listen, don't miss that. Yeah, Queen, tell them where they can find you.
Queen Red 22, RGF Entertainment, and Cocktails and Konvo.
STDs was popping like bad boys. Okay.
Yeah, he talking about back then.
Back then, okay. Back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all on.
Rio, come over to IG and pop
Right,
on.
come on over to IG. Damon, where can they find you?
You can find me at Damon_laughs on all social media platforms or not. You can also find me at Crab Legs and Comedy. We're bringing that back. Crab Legs and Comedy.
Oh
Coming
shit!
back.
Wait a goddamn minute. Nice, very nice crab legs and comedy. You said that with such conviction.
Club
I
legs and
enjoy the
comedy.
crab leg and comedy extravaganza. Yeah, so make sure that you follow these two beautiful people and also follow us over to Stiletto Funny on IG. We will be over there at 10:45 on the dot. Don't be late. That gives you time to use the restroom, refresh your drinks, do whatever it is that you need to do, and come on back and join us for some of this real. We get a little more, you know what I mean, when it comes to the Instagram, and you have
Yeah,
an opportunity to come on and speak to us, show your face,
speak,
give us your voice,
Lord.
let us know. And it's much easier there. So make
Me.
sure you come on over and see what we're chatting about. And until we see you guys again, this has been Kocktailz Konvo. We're on every single Tuesday, and we appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yay.
But don't go nowhere. 10 minutes, IG. See you there.
Yeah,
Da-da-da.
yeah,
You
yeah.
never hold on. You never say your IG because what if some people
You
don't
did say
follow you?
it.
I did say it, and I'll also be adding it to the comments. It's at Stiletto Funny. I've said it a few times now.
Okay, my bad.
It's okay. It's that
I
drinking
wasn't. I
the
He
wasn't.
wasn't listening.
I wasn't listening.
understand. It can be that way sometimes. Like I said, it's also in the comments that I am typing right now. My engineer, social production manager, Damon laughs at some point. Oh shoot, I'm taking everybody at some point. Once everybody see that, if you are on
You don't
YouTube
ever. Don't
watching
ever.
this,
Don't
thank you
ever.
so much, YouTube watchers, for watching us every single Tuesday. And this is for you, Damon. And we're going to leave on that note. Yeah, bye. See you on IG for his comments in regards to that. Bye.